to michaelarts.com, and I thought I'd go ahead and show you a quick tutorial or just an explanation of how I make my webcomics. For those of you who would like to be webcomic producers in sometime in the future, or you're just enthusiasts, want to know how it works, or want to know about how I make them, this is it. So anyway, I'm just doing what I usually do. If you watch any of my other videos, I've drawn these all out on paper already, brought them into Illustrator, faded them so I could work over them clearly, made a new layer, and now I'm just digitally inking them. And once again, I will say that I prefer inking in Illustrator far more than in Photoshop because the lines are smoothed by the program, and it's excellent if you do line art. Okay, so this webcomic was supposed to be out at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's now 2:14 a.m. on Sunday morning, and of course I have yet to color this yet. So that will be next, and I would like to record that and just let you guys see the speed paint or quick tutorial of how I color my comics. They're about the same way as I color my caricatures, just keep things a little bit more simplified. But I'll show you guys. I'll do a part 2 of this. So you can probably expect this comic to be out by Sunday night when I get back from church and have the chance to color and edit up the second part. Of course, this is going to be, he's playing with his iZod instead of his iPad, all for legal reasons, just trying to make sure that I don't have people saying, hey, wait a minute, copyright. So we'll make sure that copyright infringement is taken care of. Alright, so now I'm just drawing in Mr. Lee here. Once again, just doing a little bit more detail. Take a look at the teeth. That's something to remember when you work on anything where the face is turned up or turned down. You have to remember that teeth are a U shape in the mouth and not just flat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save each one of these pre-drawings that I've done, the finished inked works, and then I'm going to pull them into Photoshop and import them in. There we go. Make sure to turn off the background layer when you save it in Illustrator so you have that see-through background. This is a pre-made template that I created a while back. It's just a newsprint sized so it could be put in a newspaper if I wanted it to. This, of course, is a 2-panel comic piece that's going to be put in, and all I'm doing is just copying these characters and putting them into place, and I'm doing them each on a separate layer. That way I can edit each one independently, as you can see. And then up next I'm going to show you a little trick. I drew just the head on this instead of the head and the body because I was going to take that body, move it over as you can see, and then what I'll do is I'll erase the original head, and then I will fit the new head onto the body, resize it, and clean it up. Now this is something I don't like to do very much in Photoshop, but I am going to ink out these areas that were covered by the original face, try and make sure everything matches. But to the professional eye, it's pretty easy to see a difference between the illustrated stuff and the photoshopped inked lines, so I try to not do that as much as possible. This is an extra piece that I'm putting into the comic because I felt that it's just not full enough. There's not enough storyline, so I'm drawing this guy in and adding a little bit extra to the story just to make it fit just a little bit better, instead of it being, you know, Mr. Lee and Gizmo in the first frame and then only Mr. Lee in the second frame with all that extra frame on the side. I might as well just put Gizmo doing something in there. So once again, just illustrate that in Illustrator, bring it into Photoshop, make sure that the background layer is off so that way I get the nice clear background, and then illustrate him in there. Now I'm putting in my speech bubbles, and I'm doing them on top of all the layers, so they will even go over the frame borders. And I feel that that actually adds a little extra dimension to the comic when they actually go over the frame borders and into the title areas. So keep that in mind when you work on your comics. And of course I'm going to do a bold bold stroke line around the outside, and I'm going to make sure that the inside is white, and then I'll just put text in the bubble. And usually I like to do that as a separate text layer so I can edit that instead of the bubble keeping me confined into that space. I prefer having my own text layer. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Just wanted to show you kind of the evolution of how I do a comic, and you'll see in part 2 we'll put in the text and we'll put in all the rest of that stuff. Send out a special thanks to Pyrock5627 for this excellent anime caricature of me. He did a great job, and you should go check out his DeviantArt channel. You can find him at deviantart.com and look up his profile. His login name is Pyrock, P-Y-R-O-C, Pyrock5627. Make sure you check him out. And guys, if you want to send me your pictures, I will be more than glad to put them on display. If you draw a caricature of me, I'll put them on display and send people to your YouTube channel or any other website or whatever you want where you put your stuff up. Alright, so just send them to me at my email, and if you ever want to, you can just send me a YouTube email and I'll let you know where to send them. Alright, so thanks a lot, guys. You can check out my webcomics at timmichaelarts.com. Please rate, subscribe, and comment on this video. Please keep those comments clean. And I know this is kind of a messy tutorial this evening, but kind of throwing it together real quick last minute. But I hope that you guys enjoy it anyway. Alright, and I'll bring in a part 2 a little later. Alright, God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video.